If you are a teacher, parent, administrator, student, and/or anyone who loves reconnecting children with nature, and you want to figure out how to cultivate learning gardens and nature-based curriculum, then this is the podcast, the Outdoor Classrooms podcast. My name is Victoria Hackett. I am the founder of Outdoor-Classrooms.com and the Secret Gardens Nature Classes. I love witnessing the magic that happens when children are playfully learning outdoors. Observing the return of wonder and curiosity when children are interacting with nature is pure magic. This is the podcast that is going to help you capture children's interest and give you not only inspiration, but some real life strategies that are going to help you figure out how to use the outdoor space, your outdoor space, as a teaching tool, so you can enlighten the playful learning experience for young children. Welcome to our Outdoor Classrooms community. Hello, everybody. Victoria Hackett here from Outdoor-Classrooms.com, and wanted to welcome you back again to another incredible episode of the Outdoor Classrooms podcast. So today we're going to be talking about leaping and building, crafting your parachute for new horizons in your outdoor classroom. What I want to talk about is that concept of, when you go to a conference and you go to a workshop, and during that experience, you are like totally on fire, and it feels like, yes, I've connected with these amazing people, and I'm going to take all these things that I've learned, and I'm going to put them into my program. And then a week goes by, and that enthusiasm gets a little bit heavier. And then another week goes by, and that enthusiasm gets a little bit heavier. And all those goals that you set for yourself, and all those big leaps, and all those things that you're going to create in your outdoor classrooms kind of goes in the wayside. So I kind of want to tap into that energy today and encouraging you to, and all of us truly, to really look at our actions and where we are sitting in our comfort zone. So what is a comfort zone? Thinking about your comfort zone in teaching, this might involve sticking to your traditional classroom, your methods, and your routines. And it might explain why stepping outside of this zone can be particularly challenging for outdoor educators due to the unpredictable elements like weather and varying student engagement and levels and all of I have pages and pages and pages of challenges and the reasons why educators don't take their children outside. The movement here is to truly build more leaders in the nature-based movement, and to create and speak from the mountaintops. We talked another podcast about creating our own stories and sharing those stories. Here I want to just talk about actually building that parachute. So when we do jump into that outside of our comfort zone, we are coming down to a beautiful, beautiful fall because we built this incredible parachute. So the risks of staying comfortable is that there is an incredible potential for stagnation in our teaching practices. And there's this incredibly missed opportunity to inspire students through innovative outdoor experiences. So again, many, many, many different podcast episodes here. They have shared stories of educators who have successfully integrated unconventional methods into their outdoor classrooms. So first, really understanding the comfort zone, and that this is a wonderful time to really explore how we can make that leap out of our comfort zone. And that might be, for many of you, is to be teaching outdoors. Or again, which I always up level, if you're already doing that, what is your next uncomfort zone? If you're already teaching outdoors, what is that what's going to get your heart kind of racing again, going, oh, I haven't tried that yet. So thinking about what that might be. Before we do that, we want to identify our limiting beliefs. And so to do that, we have to understand what are limiting beliefs. So limiting beliefs can manifest in teaching, such as doubts about your own ability to manage an outdoor classroom. And the kids in the outdoor classrooms, you might be concerned about their student safety. You might be concerned about, oh, well, I got a runner, so we can't possibly do this because I have a runner. They're not going to be contained in a room. And it's oftentimes, and you will hear these stories in our podcasts, that yes, an educator had a runner. And guess what? That runner was so much happier outside. You know why? Because they weren't under the fluorescent lights. They had the ability to move around. But when they had a one-on-one, they solved the challenge and the problem. And it ended up being that particular child ended up thriving in the outdoor classroom. So again, common limiting beliefs in nature-based education can be, I need more resources to teach effectively outdoors. I don't have enough space. I don't. Outdoor learning is too chaotic. So really thinking and discussing these beliefs can be addressed through preparation and mindset shifts. And we do a lot of that here at Outdoor Classrooms. In our circle community, we talk a lot about mindset shifts, especially when we have challenging weather. When we talk about, oh, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too this, it's too that. It's never too much, but it's how we choose to adapt to whatever's being presented to us. And again, that's flipping it upside down and figuring out ways that we can use this outdoor classroom space to meet our children, to meet our children's needs, to meet standards. The outdoor classroom becomes an asset, not this, I don't really want to go. And again, that goes into the power of your mindset. So I now want to go into strategies for overcoming limiting beliefs. So the first thing to do in terms of understanding strategies and coming up with strategies is awareness and acknowledgement. So I want to truly encourage you to reflect on your beliefs about outdoor education and how those may limit or enhance your teaching potential. So again, you may be the one person in your program that is all gung-ho, but you have maybe other staff members and educators that aren't. How do we deal with that conflict? So this awareness and acknowledgement can be worked through journaling or group discussions, maybe at a staff meeting if you're working with other educators, and bringing these beliefs to light. Talking about your why. Why is it so important to be outside? And what is it that's limiting? And so it's this awareness and acknowledgement that is so important and getting everybody on the same page, including if you're working in a program and you have many parents. So depending where you're at and what program you have. The next one is reframing and positive affirmations. So I am a huge advocate of positive affirmations and how we can reframe. Again, I keep saying flipping it over, these negative beliefs into positive affirmations. To truly believing that you are capable of creating and engaging outdoor lessons. And if you need to write that down over and over and over, I can do this. And again, depending on where you are in your journey, it's all relative. And if you are teaching outdoors and you want to up-level your teaching practice, wherever that phase of teaching outdoors that you're in, always be thinking, what is it that I'm aiming for? What is it that I'm aiming for? So the next one is seeking support and mentorship. I cannot tell you the importance of connecting with other educators and joining professional networks to support and share ideas and exchange back and forth, having that exchange. That is exactly what we do here at Outdoor Classrooms. We have an incredible circle community. It's called the Circle. I've named it the Circle because there's not one leader. We are all equals and we are all learning from each other. We are all exploring and inquiry, just like we do with children, and explore inquiry and wonder. One of us might put an idea out there and we will explore that together as a group. It might be that we are all reading a book together and we're talking about that. It might be that we're dissecting documentation and how do you do that outside? It might be that one person in the group is struggling with maybe a runner or different ideas or a lack of ideas. And so it's an equal circle opportunity where we are all bringing something to the table and everybody feels heard and seen. Whether you are a parent, whether you are a leader in your community, whether you are a director, whether you've been teaching for 40 years, or whether you are a brand new teacher fresh out of college, does not matter what stage or phase of teaching outdoors that you're in. This circle community is a place where we seek that support and mentorship. And we all need that connection is more now than ever. So the next thing I want to talk about is creating those stretch goals. And actually, one of the things that we do in the circle at the beginning of January is we think about a word. We all choose a word for the year. And it might be a mantra, it might be a simple word, but something that's going to remind us of whatever that stretch goal is for the year. And it may not take a year. It may take 30 days. It may take 60 days or 90 days, whatever that is. But we all kind of talk about it so we can hold each other accountable. So what is a stretch goal? In the context of outdoor education, it's ambitious objectives that push the boundaries of traditional teaching methods. So whatever that may be for you, we're pushing the boundaries. And again, you have been teaching outdoors for years, and you may feel like your systems and routines and everything is top of the line. This is awesome. But I would stress, if that's you listening, I would stress up-leveling. Where can you take your outdoor teaching practice and create another ambitious objective? Because once we keep stepping up to the plate, it may be, I want to be more of an advocate in this movement. I want to mentor a new teacher, or I might want to, again, you fill in the blank. So setting these effective stretch goals for your outdoor teaching practice is something that we talk about in all of our master classes. We set SMART goals for many of our seasonal master classes, and we have one coming up. Summer is coming up. So we have our summer master class. You get all 4 seasonal master classes as a bundle, and you just check out no matter when you are listening to this podcast. There's always a next cohort of one of the seasonal master classes coming up. So the time of this recording, it's our summer master classes coming up. I'm so excited about that. And in each of the master classes, they're 4 weeks. And we talk about that first introductory session, we talk about SMART goals. And what does that mean? That they need to be measurable and so on and so forth. So this is introducing 3 new nature-based activities during that particular time. So it might be during the course, it might be and that's so wonderful because then we have our live sessions and we sort of make sure that everybody is following their SMART goals. And again, if you're not taking the course and you're still in the Circle membership, we still have our live roundtables. And that's another wonderful place where we are checking in and collaborating and so on and so forth. So some of the SMART goals might be that you collaborate with local environmental organizations for student projects, creating that community outside of your classroom, your outdoor classroom. So it's super important to align these goals with your student engagement and your curriculum standards. So you're not like, oh, this goal, you really want to align everything that you're doing, and therefore you will be amazed at how much you can get done in a short amount of time, because you not only have the support from this incredible community that we have here, you have the resources in any of the courses that you want to take. We have the workshops. It's just a wonderful community to create those stretch goals and to meet them. So with that, like I said in the very beginning, you go to a workshop, you get really jazzed, and then all of a sudden it weakens. What we're doing here at Outdoor Classrooms is we're sustaining the momentum, that excitement. So once you even finish a class, you go on to the next one, or you go to a workshop, or you go to a round table, or you go on the Facebook page and you connect with people there. It's creating that momentum, and you sort of pick up things along the way from other educators because they're sharing their insights and they're sharing their inquiry. So it's this beautiful quilt, so to speak, of inquiry that we have created, this very, very safe space, non-judgmental space where there's this back and forth wonder, curiosity, just the same type of environment that we are creating for our children, that we are creating a similar playful learning space for adults to play in, that we are learning and that we're creating these stretch goals. Where do we want to go? But the most important thing is that we are doing it in such a way that it's playful. And I feel like many of the members in our community are like long lost friends because they've been with us for so long. And we've watched babies be born and jobs be changed and celebrating all these incredible milestones. It's incredible. And that's sort of the bonus in terms of you're creating these stretch goals with this group of people. But the bonus is that you become a part of this larger community that lifts each other up. So with that, what have we done? We began with just talking about understanding the comfort zone. Then we've talked about identifying our own limiting beliefs, no matter where you are in the phases of teaching outdoors. Then we've talked about sort of strategies for overcoming your limiting beliefs for teaching outdoors or up-leveling or whatever that may be. And then creating those stretch goals, and talked a lot about the benefits of creating those stretch goals in a community like ours at the Circle. And the next thing I want to talk about is creating that action plan for implementation. This is what I think is the most important thing in every single workshop that I do, in every single online class that I do. We end with a closing circle, and we have people say how they're feeling, what their next step was, what was the takeaway, what's the one thing that you're going to do that you can put into action the next day. That is where we want to develop a plan. So we want to outline the steps for creating a strategic plan to achieve your stretch goals. And this includes setting timelines and identifying the necessary resources. And again, this is all what we do in the Outdoor Classrooms community. We also do it in it's pretty new, it's not so new anymore, but it's our Outdoor Classrooms Teacher Certification Program. We really hone in on walking you through this whole experience. So with that, you've got the tools and the resources, and now we really want to start utilizing them. How can we do that? How can we take what we're learning from not only the educators that we're with, but take what we're learning and then apply it to your outdoor space? Whether you have a very small outdoor space, whether your outdoor space is in your backyard, whether you have a beautiful, large outdoor space with access to a forest and a waterfall and all these different things. Whatever it is, utilizing these tools and resources to enhance not only your delivery of lessons and curriculum to your children, but it's also to your community. It's also to your even larger community in terms of becoming an advocate and being able to articulate what you are doing, this amazing thing. And if you haven't listened to the podcast on your creating your own story and sharing your own story, you need to go listen to that, because that is all about really absorbing what we are talking about here at Outdoor-Classrooms.com, and then absorbing that and then taking it and utilizing it. And what I love about that is that's going to be different for everybody. We're going to showcase all the different possibilities, but what I absolutely love is how each and every one of you are very, very different people, and that you're going to articulate and what we are teaching, and it's all going to show up a little bit differently. And that's what makes even our circle community so much more vibrant, because we're sharing what it looks like. We're sharing it through pictures. We're sharing it through stories. We're sharing it through anecdotal stories from our children and families. The final thing in this section is I want to talk about tracking progress and also adjusting. This is also critical, is to highlight and track the methods for assessing the effectiveness of your outdoor lessons. In one of our podcasts, they were talking about, it's Ryan Blosser's podcast, and he was talking about his goal, his personal goal is to raise the test scores. He wants to create a method to assess, to see if this farm that they have next door to the school is going to, and all the work that they're doing to connect their efforts and all the activities and lessons on the farm, is that increasing the test scores of the children. So you don't have to go to that extreme, but figuring out ways to assess and to see if your effectiveness in outdoor lesson is making a difference. And if it's not, then you can see and making those adjustments to improve student outcomes. So one of the things we have in the Outdoor Classrooms Bootcamp is we have an assessment for every single phase. There's 5 phases of teaching outdoors. We have an assessment tool for every single phase. So what I highlight to educators that are taking the course, and again, this is the first step of our Outdoor Classrooms Teacher Certification Program, what I love for educators to do is take the assessments in the very beginning of the course, and after the 5 weeks of going through the course, go back and assess yourself and take notes all over those assessment tools and see if there was any progress in, say, phase 1 is the infrastructure and phase 2 is getting outdoors. See if there's any progress in any of those phases. And again, it's all about, it's never really done. It's a growing outdoor classroom. It's alive. It's never complete. If you've gone through the 5 phases of teaching outdoors, you might go through it again the following year, and you'll be in a different place. And you might say, okay, this looks a little bit differently because I'm up-leveling. So you need to create your action plan for your implementation of your stretch goal, whatever that is. And then you need to track that progress and then follow that tracking. And then, okay, I got to make some adjustments here, and whatever that is. And what I highly, highly recommend, which is even something that I'm telling myself, is to keep track of all those lessons that you're teaching. What worked, what didn't work, keep kind of a journal of them. And so when you go back, or if you ever leave your program, that you have that documentation. So in conclusion, I want to first thank you for listening and being here and doing all that you're doing to reconnect children with nature. And again, want to just talk and understand that what we talked about today, which is sort of understanding that comfort zone, identifying our limiting beliefs, strategies for overcoming those limiting beliefs, and my favorite part, creating those stretch goals. The goals can take 30 days. They can take 60 days. They can take 90 days. They can take 3 months, whatever that is. Make sure there's a time limit on it. And then if you succeed in that one goal and focus on that one goal and you want to break it down, then you can move on to the next thing. And then, of course, the action plan, which is another favorite thing of mine. I love dissecting goals and saying, okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to do this. And I love checking things off. And, and it's exciting. But the key here is sustaining that momentum. And the one way I find to sustain that momentum is through community. There is no way that you can go through any type of, again, leaving your comfort zone and taking that leap and doing it all by yourself. First of all, it's no fun. And second of all, we all need to build that parachute together and create a movement. We need more than ever to have more children and families and communities thinking outside of the box and taking their children outside. That is the answer to the obesity that we're seeing. That is the answer to the mental health issues that we're seeing. All of these different things that are erupting in our educational system. I feel a part of it can be addressed through the simplicity of opening up our doors and going outside. And I am here to help you connect with our community and also to showcase all the different things that you can do once you get outside and how you can connect that to your curriculum, to your standards, and so on and so forth. But I am not doing this alone. I want to say that right now. There's no way that I can do this alone. Outdoor Classrooms is a community. It is a community that we are all doing this together. And again, through our podcast, it's not just my story, it's all of your stories. So we are doing this work together, and that's the vibe over here at Outdoor-Classrooms.com, is that no matter where you are, I think some it's too basic or whatever. It's not. It's about, doesn't matter where you are in your journey. It's about having a place that's safe where you can share and be in inquiry with fellow like-minded educators. So my call to action to you is to identify one limiting belief and set a stretch goal for your outdoor teaching practice. I would absolutely love to hear what your limiting belief is and what your stretch goal is. You can either send me an email at victoria@outdoor-classrooms.com. You can write something on a testimonial on the podcast. Let us know what you thought of this podcast, and you can slip it in there. Or come and join our community and tell us firsthand. We would love, love, love. The door is wide open for you, and we would love to have you join us and join the conversation. So I want to thank you again for doing everything that you're doing to reconnect children with nature. And if you would like more information, there's a lot more information in the show notes about everything that's coming up. Thank you again, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye. Thank you for joining us for today's episode. Before we sign off, we have an exciting opportunity for educators looking to bring learning to life outdoors. Consider enhancing your teaching journey with the Outdoor Classrooms Teacher Certification Program. This program empowers educators to transform any outdoor space into a dynamic learning environment. By joining, you'll gain skills to inspire students and foster a deeper connection with the natural world. Interested in making a difference with outdoor learning? Visit www.outdoor-classrooms.com To learn more about enrolling in the certification program, don't miss the chance to expand your teaching toolkit and inspire the next generation with the joy of outdoor education. Thank you for listening, and remember to subscribe to our podcast for more inspiring content. Until next time, keep inspiring young minds.